Welcome to Pull the Pin Already, a place where average veterans come to share their opinions about the world we live in. We can't guarantee you're going to like our opinions.
But we promise you, we can give them to you anyway.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Nate, and let's pull the pin already.
Let's pull the pin. We haven't really pulled the pin on anything in a while.
Your little woo-woo almost made you laugh.
Yeah, right? I know. Well, I'm getting better at it because nothing to laugh about anymore. Yeah, I almost miss our namesake when we used to actually pull the pin on stuff. But
Oh, yeah.
We'll save that. I mean, wait, we'll leave it up to the audience to decide. So, Johnny and Christine, what do you think?
They don't even know what we pulled the pin on, probably. We might need to do one so they know.
Right. I don't know if they ever watched. That's interesting. Johnny, Christine, shoot us a message if you watched some of our earlier stuff. I'd be curious to know. And even what you think about the earlier format to this, what we do here. We always love feedback because, it's, like I said, this is mostly for veterans. It's mostly for us, but hopefully we can give you something in it too. And because really, like, that's what this started. And it's so funny, Nate, because I see it all over and I don't know why it's not working. I know this isn't one of our headlines, but like the intention of this was to be like suicide prevention kind of stuff to give veterans an outlet. You know what I mean? And as many veterans that want to do things and speak things, maybe they just don't know we exist, which could be possible. But like, that's really my intention. And I don't even care if we didn't have an audience, but we enjoyed doing this because I do enjoy it. I mean, I think you enjoy it too. That's why you show up.
I'm gonna make a trifold and go to the VAs and just put them in the VAs so they can just log on to our shows.
Well, it's funny because they do have like therapy things. Like I see all the things. Even like I said on the website for the VA, their newsletter they put out, they were promoting that Discord channel that was doing all this stuff for VA. And I went in there, and it's a weird dynamic, dude, because I thought it would be a great thing to have a community. They play video games mostly, you know what I mean? They do other stuff, but the video games, and you could actually go talk to people if you need it on the spot. So I thought it was a really good asset. But when I went in there, it just felt weird to me. It felt like there was a bunch of Californian dudes running it. And it felt like the people I was encountering weren't even veterans. And if they were, they weren't from the U.S. It was just the weirdest thing. And obviously I didn't give it much time because I don't have a whole ton of time, but I thought it'd be a great asset. And anyways, we're just going to continue doing this. So if you're a veteran, get involved, make it on. If you don't mind having your mug on the camera and your opinion up for the public, I mean, we don't care.
You can talk like this.
Yeah, you could. You could.
You
right. And I'll put a funny picture in front of it. So, whatever. But yeah, you could do that. So either way, let's get to our show. We pull some headlines from the mainstream media, and we talk about them from our perspective because our perspective is important. Why, Nate?
We're just average veterans. We've been around the world and we know everything.
Yeah. So, it's funny how you say we're just average veterans, but we know everything.
How it works.
So we'll tell you how to feel when we read these headlines because we probably haven't read the article either. We know you're too busy too. So let's get into this thing, whatever it is we're doing. All right. First one. House Senate budget deal only cuts $20 billion from 2024 spending.
Well, the real headline here is House Senate budget deal cuts. They agreed on cuts. That's a whole headline right there.
Right.
It could be $1, it could be $20 billion, but they agreed on cuts.
Right, but what is that cut? Maybe that cuts as a part of the Ukraine money. I don't know.
It's probably worthless spending money to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, like
so they can then send it to the Ukraine.
Right. So I mean, it's like, look, I get it.
$20 billion's not enough to Ukraine, though, right? They need more than that, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Of course Zelensky's got house payments.
Yeah.
So, look, I get it. I'm with you too. I mean, progress is progress. We all love progress. The problem is we automatically, instinctually, just like we had a discussion here, know that this is a farce. This is garbage. It's probably some little scam loophole that they're doing. 20 billion. I mean, come on, dude. Like, we're going to be in serious trouble at the rate we're going. We're never going to cut it. And I obviously we can't just cut everything right at once. You can't cold turkey quit smoking. That kills a lot of people too. But I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know where I don't know where the end of this is. I just don't know. Like, bring it into your house, dude. If it was your budget.
Yeah, but they don't bring it to their house. They don't care. It's not in their house, even though it's called the House and Senate. They don't care. Right.
Their house doors aren't open to the public.
That's
definitely not allowed to let illegals in there.
Even though the house was built by public money.
Right. I mean, so that's it. Like, we're letting a bunch of people who don't live the same lives or even remotely close to us spend our money and tell us what we need to do with our lives. I mean, it's essentially what Hollywood did, but Hollywood earned it, I think. You know what I mean? They earned it through their manipulation. They actually went out and created something to manipulate us. These politicians just lie to us, and we really don't have many choices because we got a lesser of two evil choice most of the time anyway. So, but this is going to do nothing. I don't even know why I even report this. Like, it's like Biden talking about all those jobs he brought back because everybody went back to work after COVID. Oh, wait, I don't want to ruin that because that
What are you
might be
talking
a
about?
that
What are you
might be a
talking
whole
about?
nother headline. Look at this. Government employment reports overestimates U.S. job growth by 439,000 in 2023. Wasn't that a great segue?
Wait a minute. So they overestimated.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't. So they're 439,000 short of job growth in 2023. Is that what that's saying?
Yeah, it's what it's saying is just what I said, man. Biden trying to walk around, hey, look, I created 439 million jobs or 439,000 jobs, whatever he would say. And it's not. It's just not true. It's not true. What was created was not created. It was people going back to work because they could. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Like how do they account for, like, say I retire and someone else comes and gets my job? Is that job growth?
yeah, because that person's getting a job. They don't count the. See, that's how you manipulate the numbers, dude. That's my
Yeah.
point. They
No.
manipulate the statistics that
There's
way.
no new position.
No, but even when there was, you think about it. Like even when there was, if you talk about create, like TSA was a perfect example of that.
Oh
When
yeah.
TSA was created, they created jobs. These new IRS guys, they've created those jobs, right? So I understand that those are jobs created. But in the end, let's say you left a job to go fill that position. I mean, what have you really created? Somebody else can now
Nothing.
take your job. So
Right.
it really should be about employment. We've employed non-employable people by this much amount. You know what I mean? That's what it should be about. Not the jobs created, because anybody can create a job. I can create a job. Look, I got an assistant on my show right now. Oh, that's you. Hey, but you don't get paid. Oh, let's create a. Why don't you create an assistant?
That's called an intern.
Right, right. Well, I guess I'm an intern too, right?
Jim, how long have I been an intern for?
As long as I have.
When does this job start paying?
When the people start paying you, when the
Oh,
government taxes, or when the people's money comes our way, because that's what they do, right?
and then the government takes it from us.
Right. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's, to me, the whole job growth thing. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand if you're like the unemployability or not unemployment rate probably speaks more to me than job growth. Now,
Right.
even if you brought manufacturing back to the States and people started working that weren't working, that to me is job growth. But if people just quit other jobs and then filled those jobs, then you had to get foreigners coming in here and doing those jobs they quit. You're not really creating any job growth for the Americans.
Yeah. All those numbers are garbage.
Yeah, it's all bullcrap. The point is the unemployment thing should be good. And even at that, what about people with two jobs? I know people with two jobs. Does that count as a new job? Does that count? You know what I mean? A second income is that a new job? Like, I don't know. Like, if you open your own business and you don't make any money like me, is that a new job? You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? Like, I don't know how they calculate this, probably because I don't know nothing about it. But I'm just talking out my butt. Um, but at the end of the day, it's a bunch of garbage. We all know it, and that's the problem. We already know there's a evil angle to this. So
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go to one of your
let's
favorites.
create a new headline. All right, House Republicans call out Cassidy Hutchinson's J6 testimony, threaten subpoena if she doesn't produce documents.
I know you're very well versed in this. I don't have no idea who that person is and what the testimony was. So I'm gonna let you educate me.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care.
Oh,
I really don't even care. I don't care if she is the founder of Google. I don't care who she is. It's all a joke. And if you're going to go make those accusations, if you're going to go say that stuff, it's about time somebody's holding somebody accountable. I'm still pissed off that there's people in jail. They just announced. Here we are, what, 4 years removed almost? And they just announced, or 3 years, I don't know how long we've been, whatever. But they just announced that now they're going to start investigating people who were outside and didn't come in. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I mean, really, like,
I was outside,
yeah, I was several states away, but
but I was outside.
you know what I mean? Like, was I several states away? I wasn't that many states away, but I wasn't inside. You know what I mean? So how are they going to broaden this? Like,
I
I mean,
don't think you're any states away.
right? How could they broaden this? You know what I mean? How can they? It's just it's insane to me. And like, when are the people going to get pissed off? I'm pissed off. Now, granted, I don't have a course of action yet because I haven't found a pathway that's going to cause the least trouble for me and my family, but I'm pissed off. And if these people don't stop this nonsense, this blowing this January sex erection day out of proportion, we already know. I saw an article that they're already identifying 200 FBI plants or something, or whatever they are, whatever name you want to call them, but people that are affiliated or associated or connected to the FBI in that
Informant,
crowd.
informants.
I think they're more than just informants.
Oh,
It could be a whole. That's why I said there's a bigger word for it.
yeah.
But they're already talking about like almost 200 of them in that crowd. And now that we see the footage of what was true, what not, when are these people going to stop lying? When are people just going to stop taking this crap? It's just like now with the mask stuff. I'm just getting so tired. I look at people now and I laugh at them. Dude, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be a jerk. You do you. You're that afraid of failed science, then go for it. Wear your stupid mask, but you look like a freaking idiot. And I'm just so tired of people. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am. Show me that I'm wrong. I mean, show me.
Right, right.
You just went through an entire COVID, whole thing, and people still got sick, and all these people were wearing masks. I don't have to show you you're wrong, moron. You can see it because you lived it. You're wrong. You didn't get invincible from COVID because you wore a mask. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you still got sick.
I love January 6 headlines and COVID headlines. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on. Those things get you so fired up. Get a drink because your face is red.
I know, dude. It's not. I get more coffee. That'll help.
Yeah, drink some hot coffee to calm your face.
Exactly. But it's not.
Hey, we have a different headline. We're on a different headline, Jim. We're moving on.
All right. Hey, that's why you're here, Nate. That's why I appreciate you. But you know what? Do you think this headline is going to be any better?
Maybe.
Troops do not have an extremism problem, but veterans do. Study finds. Guess who's veterans?
Us.
Oh, it doesn't say average veterans though. It doesn't say average.
No.
It just says veterans. So that means all veterans, right? This is another thing. Like, dude, I mean, how do you
who studied this?
They're lucky. They are lucky that most veterans have self-discipline.
And you know what? I could see this study being true because we were veterans. We've been in.
Yeah.
And we're sick and tired of seeing what's going on in our country right now. So maybe we are extreme.
Well, extreme compared to the new veterans they're bringing in now who don't want to go to war. They just want to get paid.
And are young and don't know what's going on.
And they want stress cards.
Yeah,
and they don't want to work. So extreme compared to them, yes, I totally agree. But here's my problem is just I was trying to make my point a second ago. They're lucky that we're self-disciplined because think of all the veterans in this country. If we were extremists, don't you think there'd be a lot of chaos right now?
Well, no, isn't it only 1% of Americans?
With the veterans?
Yeah, I mean, people that served in general, so that probably includes people that currently
in. Well, what's 1% of what? 330 million?
I don't know, like I'm at 3 million right now.
Okay, so you don't think 3 million can wreak havoc in this country? 3 million trained, extreme veterans? Like, it's just asinine. It's just like the whole thing. They make these things, but they don't have no proof. You know what I mean? It's like saying there's a systemic racism and they can't figure out where it is. Oh, it's people's behaviors. Well, then that's not systemic, you dumbass. That's people. You know what I mean? There is systemic racism. It's called what's the word? Why can't I just drew a blank? Oh my God. It's for helping out people, minorities. What the heck's the word? Come on, you know what I'm talking about? Affirmative action, right?
Oh.
That's the racism because you're excluding one race. There is racism, and that's systemic because it's a system doing that. So yeah. Anyways,
how many Americans did you say there were? 330 million?
30 million, something like that.
All right, so that's 3.3 million veterans. And I want to make sure my math doesn't get
that counts kids and everything too, though. So it's probably less than that.
But no, they say the population. So
Oh, 10% of the population?
yeah, not eligible. The
Right, okay.
1%, 1%.
Well, and they probably lower anyway because most of them die because they're horrible healthcare. The
I'm
bad
just saying
treatments and
in general,
deception.
overall, in general, is 1% of Americans serve.
Right. But they're extremists. They're the extremist
Well,
ones.
now they are, yes.
Dude, especially if they're white. Because, I mean, you know what I mean? Could you imagine being like a person
And
of color, a minority veteran,
and,
extremism?
and I
And then you
think
have
like
to deal with white
on our
supremacy and all
last
that other
on
stuff?
our last episode, and if they're singing the national anthem proudly.
Yes. If they're patriotic, they're extremism. If they're white nationalists, white supremacist extremisms. If they're, yeah, it's getting tiring. It's like the VIP line that is the only line in the club. Nobody's a VIP anymore. It's just tiring. It's really tiring. And you know what's sad? What's telling about it is my I was gonna say my dad, but it probably wasn't my dad. But anyway, a wise man once told me if you can't argue on the merits, just make fun of people. And I did that a lot. So if I didn't have an answer, I'd make funny, and just that's what these people do. Think about it. They don't attack the merits of the argument, the conversation. They just go after the people. Like you should be thanking these extremist veterans for you even be able to wipe your ass in a free country.
Why, thank you, Jim.
Yes, you should be thanking these people, not calling them extremists. And then on the flip side, telling people who want to chop their penis off that they're normal. Come on, dude. There's an evil in this world. I don't know if it's the devil himself or if it's just some other country importing their evil in a Trojan horse in this country. I don't know. But at the end of the day, that's why they fear veterans, because we know we'll protect against enemies, foreign and domestic. So let's move on so I can go get the blood flow out of my face. Thanks for showing up again, Nate. Thanks for getting me all worked up and then calming me down. Oh,
I don't
wait,
pick the
I'm the one that did it.
headlines.
Yeah, I'm the one that did it. Actually, you know what? Yeah, all right. I'll blame you anyway. All right. Until then, Godspeed.
Wait, what about like, share, and subscribe?
Oh, you just told him. Go ahead. Until
Oh,
then, Godspeed.
and pull the pin ready. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.